you want short play or long play?
It's not using tape, I'm just recording straight to my wire.
Okay.
We're just gonna show the game. I'm just gonna show very quickly. I did this lead motion hack that was published in Wired magazine.
Has it seen the new SDK? Yes, finally.
Finally, it's
Finger
gonna be
tracking.
amazing. Yeah,
Finger tracking.
skeleton and all that stuff. So it's gonna be amazing.
Yes.
I've got HDMI output, or I think an old VGA as well. Yeah, that's all good, man. Should I just unplug it? Or?
Yeah, you'll just have to screw him over on the play.
That's all good, that's all good. I was going to bring a HD mixer down, but I could not beat it.
Oh, me, I can't blame you for it.
For two cost names.
Nah, sorry, I didn't actually answer
I can't find anything about the energy saving.
Right, well it's powered up anyway, so it should be fine. Yeah.
So you start, they say, blank tape, so you call it in for fucking
Yeah, I'm happy because it's on my and because it's quite
sometimes you reach things on
Still, I've got another one. I think I used the other one last month. That definitely does happen. Canon.
that one might be right. Because it has the
Choice
name.
between Canon and Sony.
Always.
Yeah, you want Canon.
See if this one comes up. No, I know. Yeah, but I don't think it works. Yeah, we'll soon find out. If it turns off, I'll change it.
Nice. So anyway. Here's a drink card for your contribution.
Oh, wicked, man. I appreciate that. That's wicked. I'm gonna need that after I tell you that.
Which one? Behind schedule. Fuck. Oh, juggle. Yeah, unbelievably good.
Che cosa nuova? Model è cosa nuova?
Sorry? Yeah? I've just stopped it.
Yeah. Is here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Please do some audio. That. Oh, that's a mini jack input. Bugger.
You need it. I have one.
Alright, this computer. You got mini jack to phono, have you?
No, mini jack to mini jack.
Yeah, but it's one of these time, like 10 or 15 years, like literally when I started work where we are, people used to come to smoke crack in the hallway. And then like a crackhead used to like pass it up. Yes, in the doorway.
Yes.
Now it's like
I just need
some
more.
businessman like trying to find a place that will cocaine. You know, it's changed so much.
We're gonna shut down the lights.
Big buzz you're making there. Unplug your power supply.
I'm not sure about how to deliver it. It's like how to deliver.
Yeah, it's just one of those bullshit things.
It's not that much.
Sorry, man. What I can do is I can unplug it. I'll just plug it in when I start playing. Well,
Yeah, cool.
shit. What's that in my resolution?
Yeah, have that really much
Mirror mode.
but people who come in and change. The people change the area.
Well, like, I'm not talking to my friend in Boston.
Figure out.
No, actually, Brighton, right? Like, where is the station? I told him they don't have a neighbor that he has like two like rumors, and they have like you know the corners they put like their traffic cones. You can see it like you could do. Yeah, they are bright, but they eat like small cones, like packing like insane, and they're like warm. Sometimes they start and they go on top. Yeah, and they have like a little weed that you're crossing the street. My neighbor.
I think it's the hard thing to handle is what area is because whenever the other side of Bethnal Green, like back in Roman Road, that's still pretty bad. But the more people come and there's less space, the city expands. It's the more the money moves around.
Oh, you need knock on the office door. The switch is in the bar there.
It's on park.
Which office door?
Just that door with the lock on there.
I it's like that a green space. It's better for the air, man. Because the air is pretty. Oh, really? Yeah, maybe, yeah. And they run out of bread at Whole Foods or something like this. Yeah, that's right.
Not reply when I knock.
But that used to be good.
You are?
It's not reply when I knock.
Got to ask somebody at the bar upstairs.
Anything to drink?
You know, just the
I'm fine, actually. Thanks, man.
You know, there used to be like a little video store, and then you come and then there's like a pub, and then the church, you would go across the Crystal Park, and then it's like a little cemetery and stuff. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, that one. There used to be a big glass space in there that you could.
You got a portable hard drive on you?
We talked about
This hard drive is playing up one.
Yeah, it's good. It's quiet, right? It's not too party. Yeah.
Don't.
But everything we started in 2 weeks, and we're going to try and record this, and you know, it's
You're going to be starting soon.
Yeah.
yeah, a couple of minutes.
A couple of minutes. You're streaming it? Yes. Okay, whenever you want.
Ready?
Right. I'll just wait for this guy to come back down.
No, I went to get a sandwich. Otherwise, I would be getting chocolate. I went to buy a sandwich to the. Yeah, very soft. But that's only because of Islam and because Italians have like their own market. Like when I go to Noah, I would stay there. You know, a lady might come for 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh wow. I feel for you, mate, because I know what it's like you restart it and then actually way
Yeah,
out.
No? He did, actually. Right. Is everybody here then?
I'll wait for Fabricio to come back down.
I think flexi time is something that I could possibly see, often nothing to do with why would they say no? They used to be bought before the market.
I think I'll plug it in now.
I've looked a couple of times where I still show presentations. Yeah, 30% in that area. I don't like it, but I would like it for reform of the rules.
Yeah.
Between all of them.
Fancy fading in there. The noise.
Make experiment work. Can I just let you fade that up when you need it?
Yeah, where is it?
Cool. Right.
Yeah, but it's probably
Nice.
seriously.
Let's show some work.
Alright.
Big boys who want to be involved in
Make sure you introduce yourself.
investors.
Yeah.
They're like a real estate investment agency. My friends do. And they're just like,
Fabrizio back. Just wait for Fabrizio. 1 minute, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, and I don't drive like really crazy.
I'm pretty careful as well, man. I think at the end of the day, even if you're in the right, you're the one who's going to be broken, you know.
I always think like they try to do me that. I have a few crush.
I really yeah.
And they want to know my phone account.
I've only crashed once, and it's such a good. I've fallen off, but that was only when I was completing my own business.
My name is not English.
Yeah, because you shouldn't do it.
You tell my motorbike.
I know, Crown Error.
I want her to tell you like, do you have to
Did you,
Sure, they don't
oh, I take the photos on my phone. But, did you get a fix? I've written down like this in Bali. They have nothing works, the speeder doesn't work, the petrol gauge doesn't work, nothing works. And then they run fancy drinks. It's like a mix of petrol. And you buy it, you get one bottle, put it in, there's not like full petrol station. So it's like,
All right, I was just waiting for you guys.
Ah, okay.
yeah, in winter time,
Well, let's wait for Joe.
Okay, we'll wait. Yeah,
I'm
cool.
perfect.
I've got a couple of minutes to wait for the video to download. I was going to show you.
Okay. Yes, whenever you want.
Okay, cool. Give me 1 minute.
Want to do an introduction? What? Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay, guys, you are ready? Thank you for coming here. You are ready to start?
That's right.
Okay, thank you. Let's start.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Mangosh, aka Evil. I'm not a VJ, but I'm a V4 developer. V4 is usually a tool used by VJ quite a lot. I happen to make a lot of interactive applications, leap motion hacks, Oculus Rift. So I'm not a VJ, but I use very similar tools. I guess that's why I'm here tonight. I just want to show you briefly a work I've done just before. It's a leap motion hack. So the leap motion is obviously a hand gesture recognition tool, and I work in advertising by day, and at night as a hobby I do this. So this is my work, you know, done after dark. And it was published in Wired magazine, so I guess, you know, it was quite nice of them. Oh, I got to put the sound in. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's not the right one, is it? So, just so you know, this is all done in real time. So, what it means is it's not rendered animation or anything like that. It's all calculated 60 frames per second. It's effectively a video game, really. It's an augmented reality app, really. Yeah. So as you can see, the hand. I saw it. So it uses the gestures as well, like the keytap gesture to start some animations. Very HD models and textures, depth of field as well. It's a good example. Controlling the camera in real time, obviously. That's it, because the video, that's all we could download of the video. Now I'm going to show you, sorry, I didn't prepare for this, I was just asked to play now. This is something I've been working on for the last 6 months, really. Where's it going? Oh man. It doesn't work full screen, does it? VGA?
Don't go full screen.
Yeah.
No, it should work.
Should work. Alright, sorry guys.
You're a VGA.
Yeah.
1070.
Yeah.
Try again, maybe.
Yeah. Sorry guys. Right, so what it is I got this idea for this game when I found a workflow to create terrain, any landscape in the world. I found a way to make a 3D model out of it. So anywhere you name it in the world, I can find the topographical data from actually NASA website, and then I create this terrain. So this, for example, is south of France. I'll show you. The idea of this game really was making a leap motion game that you don't have to use the keyboard or anything. You just use the leap motion and that's it. You can see everything. It's very cynical. There's a lot of insults. There's a lot of swear words because that's what I'm all about. And you know, fuck it, it's my game, and I could do whatever I want. So I ended up putting loads of swearing, like controls and rules. What are you, 5 fucking years old? You know what I mean? Very cynical stuff. And then, so you can obviously, all the GUI is there as well, so graphical user interface works with the leap as you see. So we'll go and select that level. So there's loads of different levels as you can see. That one's Spain, so we'll go to the first one, which is, so it uses your hand position, direction, but also like gestures as well, like the key tab gesture and swipe gesture and stuff like that. Obviously, both of the games are very simple: destroy fucking towers and go through fucking rings. That's about it. And so this is the game: you go through fucking rings and you destroy fucking towers. That's about it. So sorry, I've got to look at my screen. So there's modes where you can accelerate as well. There's loads of stuff in this game. The rings vibrate according to the audio. So there's some like real-time audio analysis going on here. There's these parts.
Audio generated in VDV as well.
You could, however, this one is not generated in VDV. But I have done audio generation in VDV using plugins. Sorry, you know, like the Synth one. Sorry, VSTs.
Right.
Excuse me, I'm losing my jargon.
Coming from samples, like.
But you can play samples. This is just samples being played in V4. But you could generate audio in V4 using VSTs like Synth1, Glitch, whatever. They all work in V4. So as you can see, there's a lot of environment stuff. You've got a cube map, which means there's an environment around you, like a sky. There's a terrain. There's the enemies, but also what I'm very proud of is the cloud pass. Actually, it was called a cloud pass. So you see all these clouds. They're actually see-through images, really. Technically, it's very difficult to do because you need to overlay over the image after everything's been calculated. One of the things I'm most proud of in this game is probably the random insult generator. So when you die, there you go, you get insulted basically. So, and this is all random, so we'll do it again. If you play with 2 fingers, it morphs into that really weird kind of shape, and it just goes twice faster basically. See you later, Thundercam. There you go. And you've got random kind of tips as well. Try not being so fucking useless next time. It's very kind of stupid humour, but you know, I like it. So that's about it. Obviously, one of the things about this game that's going to happen is it's finished. The engine is there. As you can see, it works fine. You go through the rings, the towers appear, you destroy the towers. It's all leap motion, obviously, completely only leap motion. It doesn't have any major bugs as far as I know. Works really well. You can go through and go to the next second half of the game, which is actually the exact same terrain, but it's been mirrored, so you know you kind of get the whole experience of the terrain. This is Gorge du Verdon in France, beautiful place by the way. I'll just show you briefly how, hopefully this is going to work. I'm going to load all the levels. It loads the terrain, it loads the texture, and then it loads the scores. Oh, look at that. He doesn't like it. He's going to like it eventually. One of the really cool things about this game, which you might not see often actually in stuff done in V4 or let's say, you know, your VJ tools, They are not proper software engineering tools. They're not proper tools to make softwares or make video games. So by the way, this was tricky to make. But for example, one of the greatest thing I think about this game is you've got the top score there on the left, and they're all pulled out from a database. So when you do play the game, let's just play this quickly. As you can see, I've played this before. So obviously, if you shoot every time you shoot a tower in a row, the score goes up. It shows you as well what you can do. The good thing about VJ tools like V4 is how you can do generative 3D modeling very easily. So what it is that shape you see, that's the spaceship, that's constantly kind of breathing, kind of like a creature. Obviously, I'm inspired by HR Giger. You can see the textures. I've actually made some details of his paintings. But anyway, I wanted to create this biomechanic spaceship that wasn't just a spaceship, but more kind of an alien creature that's also a spaceship. And with tools like VJ tools like V4, you can very easily not just create static models, but models that really, in real time, constantly change and stuff. Anyway, let's go through at the end of this level. I'll show you now how you can save your score. As long as I don't crash, that is. There you go, you win. Now when you win, you got your score. It tells you the number of towers you destroyed, number of rings, the time, and obviously you got time is a bit multiplier, which multiplies your score. You know, so you got to play fast. This is the save your score module. Was a headache to develop, but really interesting. Again, I didn't want to have to make the user use his keyboard. This is a Leap Motion game, right? You got to be able to put your name through in a Leap Motion. So I got inspired by the old arcade machine where you're putting your name going up and down. You see like that, and then you swipe left or right. Hang on, it's getting confused. So if you do key type like that, it asks you to confirm because you might have key type, you might have made a mistake, so it lets you go back. But anyway, let's submit it, and then we submit. Thank you, your score's been submitted, and yeah, now you should see it. Oh yeah, well I didn't score enough to be in the leaderboard, but it is there, and now it tells you thank you for saving your score. So it's a complete, it is really a complete game. Which, yeah, I guess you don't see very often done with these kind of tools. People usually use Unity 3D, which is the most popular kind of engine. But the thing is, for me, the thing you couldn't really do with Unity, but you can with V4, is easily do, as I said, these models that rather than being static, are constantly breathing. And you know, it's not just the spaceship in itself. Look at what's at the front, what's called metaphors. This is extremely difficult to do in Unity, but in V4 it's actually really quite easy, you know, and that's what I wanted. I wanted that really biomechanic kind of look. This is the Grand Canyon level. As you can see, the rings have not been laid out properly yet, but you know, it works. It's a really nice level actually. So yeah, all these terrains are real life terrains that exist in the world. And yeah, I use NASA, as I said, NASA website to get the topographical data. And yes, sorry.
A question, because I used a little bit Leap Motion previously, and sometimes I struggle because it's too precise. Sometimes,
yeah.
So just you move a little bit, and you get to some gesture which actually you don't want.
Yeah.
You put some filters to filter.
Yeah. So there's two things you can do. First, you filter the data, but also what I do is as soon as a gesture is recognized, then it cannot recognize another gesture for the next second.
Okay.
Which means that, especially with a swipe gesture, you usually get a swipe on the right, and then when you bring your hand back, it swipes back, as you say. So the way I did it on this, as you can tell, see how I went twice and actually, there's an LFO running, there's a little counter running. Every time you swipe for 1 second it runs, and as long as it runs, nothing can be triggered. That's how I got around, but you're right. It's
That's a very good workaround. Definitely.
Yeah, I guess that's the way to do it. And so the biggest thing about this game is that the next step now, as you can see, it's really kind of finished. I just need to lay down the towers and the rings in the further level. I've only showed you a few levels, there's 10 levels. More levels, but mostly the next thing is going to be Oculus Rift compatible. So this game is going to be, I'm going to have two versions. One that's just purely Leap Motion, which is what you've just seen here. That's the final product. It's got depth of field, whatever. Now I've made it work, by the way. But anyway, so that's the final product with the Leap Motion. But what I'm going to do, next step now, is to actually put the Oculus Rift into it to make a second version of the game, which is going to be Oculus Rift and Leap Motion. And the idea is going to be very similar to what you would have in real life by driving a plane, flying a plane. If you look left, it doesn't mean you're going left. You have to actually, so you will steer and move with your hand, but you can look around as much as you want with your head in the Rift. So it's going to be very immersive, and I think it's going to be a great experience with the Rift, because the Rift works best when you have these gravity pools and things like that. And obviously this game you can go up and down and faster, and so it's going to be hopefully it's going to be great. So yeah, not just a Leap Motion game, but hope in about a month it will also be Oculus Rift game. That's it, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Do you mind taking some questions?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, sure.
You'd like to ask?
Yeah, I was going to. Sorry, I should have said. Yeah, go for it.
No? How do you intend to distribute it?
For free through the V4 website. I'm a big fan of V4 as a toolkit, and I'm going to